Guys, he's controlling the car by using an app. What? An installment, more or less, on a vehicle like this.
Probably be around 55 to 60,000 Rand a month.
What's up guys, welcome back to another car guy video, welcome back to another vlog video. Now today, 3 people asked me to do a video on the BMW XM, and the main reason why I'm doing this video is because I want to find out by the owner himself what it's like to own a BMW XM, what's the price, the insurance, the maintenance. We're first going to do a drive around the mountains, and then afterwards I'm going to interview the owner and ask what is it like truly to own a BMW XM. So guys, stay tuned and let's see how this video turns out. Yo, look at how big this thing is. I think those are 21-inch wheels, eh? Or looks like 21-inch wheels. But yeah, guys, the design, it's insane. Honestly, it kind of look like a Japanese car from the front, eh? Like a Japanese design. But yeah, that's basically, is it 23? Oh my word, so those are 23-inch rims, and basically this is how it looks from the rear. Quad exhaust. I remember I did a video at webuycars, and there was a Nissan Champ Bucky with 12-inch wheels. So seeing these massive wheels in person, it's actually insane. This is how it looks from the inside. So you have a 8-speed automatic gearbox. It is big, but it's not as, you know, insanely big like a Prado. I think it might be bigger than a Prado. Guys, I'm literally sitting in a 2-point-something million Rand SUV. To be honest, if it wasn't for some of you guys asking me to do or to drive this XM, then this would probably not be possible. If you go to webuycars, BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and you want to know what the history of that particular vehicle is, just use Carvertical and you'll find out what the vehicle has been through over the years, because so many salespeople, they don't even know the car that they're selling to you. They don't know the history of that particular vehicle. So just a reminder, use Carvertical and you know, use my promo code CARGUY to save 20%. And even if you own a vehicle, just put the VIN number of your vehicle in the Carvertical platform, which you will find on the disc, which is on that side, and yeah, you'll be able to see what the history of your own vehicle is. Yo, this thing is very quick. Guys, this is the quickest SUV I've ever been in. Yes, so in my videos I've realized whenever I do a pull, I keep on saying yes so, but that's just my Rory accent, man. The yes so, if you guys hear me say yes so, that's how I feel. I feel like yes so, you know. Yo. Okay, so we have a tunnel, M2 mode. Oh, it's windy. Oh no, that's too windy. That's very windy. Oh, guys, I think we're in M2 mode now. So, oh my word, it's very windy. It's super windy. Oh my goodness. The way this thing changes gears, like it ruk you in the seat, and I don't know how to say that in English. It ruk you in the seat. It ruk you in the seat. Yo, look at the mountain. Guys, these are some words I can't say in English because my home language is Afrikaans. So sometimes I just have to translate. Yo! Damn! Okay, let's switch back into M1 mode. That's the medium power mode. Damn, I'm having fun here. I'm having fun. And you know what's the most fun thing for me personally is driving these cars and having you guys with me. That's for me the most fun thing, because I can talk a lot of nonsense here and you guys know me, understand me, and that's the most fun thing. Yo, the way this thing looks. Keep in mind it has Pirelli P0 tires on, and I heard there's a saying, or people say that BMW, they underquote the like power figures on the cars. Is that a true thing? Let me know in the comments. If BMW say the M3 Touring makes say 250 kilowatts, is it actually 250 kilowatts or more? Like, BMW fanboys, educate us in the comments. Oh, okay, it's actually a gravel road, and I'm glad that you guys get to see this from my point of view, car guy, because I mean, we used to seeing like cheaper vehicles on the channel, but it's nice having something like this as well, like having this type of content as well. So yeah, how do we put it into? Okay, so I'm gonna do what I do with my car. First neutral, and then handbrake. Okay, and then I think that's about it. Oh, where's the? Oh, here's the park button. Park. All right, so we good. Oh.
What do you think, Regan?
I wanna give my honest reaction, eh? My honest reaction. This, it feels like a big car, number one, but it doesn't feel like a heavy vehicle. Honestly, like you can put your foot down and you can just feel it just pulls.
It's crazy, eh?
It's
like such a. Most people that drive this after they've driven it or been inside it, then they're all like, oh, now they understand. But people don't understand this car.
I want to.
He's using the BMW app. So you switch on the car by the app. That's amazing.
I'm on my BMW app. So I've now said I want it forward or backwards.
Yeah.
I was too close to another car.
Oh, it's actually moving. Oh wow. Guys, he's controlling the car by using an app. What? Nah, this is insane. Look at this. And what's the app called?
My BMW app.
My BMW app. Wait, let me just grab my mics because it's windy. We just came from the breakfast spot now, and I'm gonna ask the owner, either the owner or Mark. Mark is part of the BMW team. He works at BMW Park. He knows the ins and outs of these vehicles, so I want to know cost of ownership, tires, insurance, maintenance, price, installment, all the things that people that own these vehicles don't tell us. So I want to know what's the behind the scenes of owning expensive vehicle like this. So
Brand new, these are about 3.5 million.
3.5 million.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you get the red label one, which is probably closer to 3.8 million.
Yeah.
But I think there's only about 5 of those in South Africa.
And that's a limited edition.
Yeah, they're not really limited around the world, but I think South Africa just got a limited version of it because of the price range, first of all, and what it is.
And installment, more or less, on a vehicle like this?
Probably be around 55 to 60,000 Rand a month.
Oh.
And I mean, if you think of that in perspective, generally, if someone was buying a car like this and wanted to be able to afford it, I think the way the finance department would look at something like that is it needs to be 30% of your net income. So if you're thinking of this being at 60,000 Rand a month, you would need to earn 200,000 Rand a month salary just before they considered you to take on a vehicle like this.
My eyes are watering. But okay. But I think with BMW, there's different ways of buying.
Yes.
Like financing I think with BMW Select.
They've got their buyback package basically. So what that is you can buy a vehicle like this, you can nominate the kilometers you're going to do, and then what they do is they do a future value assessment on what the vehicle's going to cost or what they will give you trade for that vehicle back in the future.
Yeah.
On the mileage that you've selected and on the years. So then what they do is they almost deduct that value from the overall price. So for example, say this car's 3.5 million and they say they're going to give you 2 million in 4 years time.
Yeah.
They will finance the 1.5 million remaining value and you will pay that.
Yeah.
And basically what you do is then you take this vehicle back to them after that period. They obviously do a full check to see tire wear, that type of stuff, because that will change the value, obviously.
Okay.
And then you can literally give the car back to them and they close the contract off, and you can either then get another vehicle or they just stop the contract there and they give you the future trade.
And that's with BMW Select or?
BMW Finance, yeah.
Oh, Finance, okay.
So they do those deals. They also do the normal bank deals, which is, over the month's period. You can do residual deals, normal finance deals.
Yeah. And then these massive tires, these are 23-inch tires, wheels, eh? What do you think you would pay for a set of tires on this?
So we
SUV?
know what you would pay, and it's about 50,000 Rand.
For a set?
Yeah.
Excluding the rims?
Excluding the rims. Just
Yo.
the tires.
Guys.
First of all, because it's an M car, you don't get a run flat. So it's a softer compound. You'll see these are P0s.
Okay.
The size, the 23 is an odd size.
Yeah.
So all of that comes into play, and it's specifically built for this vehicle. And they wear quite quickly because they're a soft compound because it's an M car. So it's not even a long life tire.
Guys, 50,000 I was set of tires. Okay, so that's the other thing. And then also insurance, it depends obviously on person to person.
Person to person, but you're probably going to be in between 8,000 and 10,000 Rand a month.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's an expensive vehicle, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And then another question, when it comes to fuel, what would you more or less pay per month on fuel?
Obviously, depending on your driving.
Okay.
And don't forget it's hybrid. So hybrid electric power in the background does give you a better fuel consumption than a normal vehicle. So that balance has actually been quite good, even considering you've got a V8 motor in there.
4.4 V8.
So at the moment, I would say even with us doing these M experiences and all of that, this car probably costs about 5,000 Rand a month petrol. It's about 1,100, 1,200 Rand.
That's not bad for a V8. That's not bad. But obviously it's a hybrid as well. If there's one advice you have for my followers, to be able to afford something like this, what would your advice be to afford a BMW XM, 3 million Rand car?
I think when you're going on this higher spectrum, you never want to really go all out and spend all your money on a vehicle. You want to know that you can afford a vehicle like this too. Generally, when you start getting to the higher end of these kind of vehicles at these kind of prices, they would generally say, the old saying was, if you can't buy it cash, don't buy it at all. Because it's such a thing. But that principle doesn't really work that much anymore because the finance institutions really work well for people. But make sure you can afford it. Think about all the other things that come in hand with it. Like looking at the monthly installment, like maybe you can afford the 55 a month. But think about the insurance. Think about the future value that you might lose. Some people get disinterested. If you're in a risky situation at work and you're not sure how good your job is, I mean, you don't want to sign yourself into something like this and then you can't afford it, because then all of a sudden you owe more on the vehicle than the vehicle's worth, and then what do you do? So really make sure that you can afford a vehicle and get yourself into a vehicle like this. But if you can afford one,
if you can
it's worth it.
Guys, we're here with Mark.
Hi guys.
Can you tell the people who you are, what you do?
Hi, my name is Marco Garopo. I work at BMW Paul. Just joined the Lux Cape experience, and we've had a great drive so far. Generally with these kind of cars, our plug-in hybrids, the car comes with a wall box as well as 3 additional charging inlets and outlets for your charging of the battery. All our cars come with a 5-year 100,000 motor plan, which covers everything from a maintenance perspective. The only thing that generally will come out of your pocket will be for your windshield, which generally will be insurance, or your tires and your fuel.
Price, installment, like we want to get to the beefy stuff.
Nitty-gritty. So we obviously have our cash customers, we have our finance customers. With BMW, we have 2 forms of finance. We have our normal installment sale, which is just your normal hire purchase, and then we have something called our guaranteed buyback, or BMW Select. Which is generally how we see these cars moving. So people will say, okay, Mark, I want an XM for 3 years. I'm going to be doing 20,000 Ks a year. And then BMW will say, okay, if that's the case, this is the contract we can give you, and you'll pay this amount per month. If you want to put a deposit, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to put it in there. It's completely up to you. But generally on this car, which was sitting at 3.2 to 3.4, depending on when you purchased it, they were sitting at between 48 and 60 grand per month on the guaranteed buyback option. On installment sale, it was a little bit more. The BMW Select's been a very good product because people can get into their new car on 3 years, 4 years, 4.5 years. So they ultimately remain within motor plan because they're literally swapping every 4 years, and your motor plan is 5 years.
Within the BMW Select
Correct.
option?
So on 23-inch tires for this car, they'll generally sit between, call it 48 and 50,000 Rand for all 4 tires. And then we have a 22-inch for the XM as well. Those ones will roughly come in between 32 and 35 grand for all 4 as well.
Okay, so what do you think a service will cost more or less on a vehicle like this?
So this vehicle is pretty much too new in the market to tell you, because generally most of them are still on motor plan. We'll probably only see these cars out of motor plan in probably a year or 2, at which point we can get an idea. Based on the fact that it's a V8, your servicing can range from, call it 2.5 grand up to 10.5 grand, dependent on what needs to be done. People have this misconception quite often that BMW services are expensive, and that's not necessarily the case. It's generally the additional options that come with the service that's expensive. But it's generally if you want to add things such as put on new tires, put on other things, that generally can obviously climb up in price.
I'm so used to hearing you need to work harder, you need to save money, but I'm tired of hearing all that, nonsense. That's why I'm here doing this video, so you guys can know exactly what it's like truly to own these expensive vehicles. I mean, we need to work harder, yes, but we also need to know, we need to understand the insurance, the maintenance, and how people actually buy these cars. Like a lot of people buy these expensive vehicles cash, believe it or not. Hopefully you got valuable information from this video. And I mean, I drive this Audi A3 and I still feel like I'm far from where I want to be. So hopefully you guys are inspired like myself to be able to work harder, not just work harder, but understand how people buy those expensive vehicles. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Hopefully we learn something about owning expensive cars. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.